Hi everyone, this is Hanming 2. I'm going to give a presentation about script metadata for sharing project. That's in the standard analysis code sharing working group. This project is led by me and Wendy. So I'll try to cover our working group background and the script metadata for sharing project, and then go over some technology and knowledge needed to participate in this project. And I will give you update on the project timeline and the task that we have performed and we need to perform. Standard analysis and the code sharing working group was formed in 2012. So the goal was trying to fill the standard gap. So based on this, we have standards in all those phases. But once to come to the analysis and the display, we really need to not have a standard about the table, figure, and the listing. So that's why we thought that we need to have some kind of documentation and some kind of environment so that we can explore this. So the initial goal and the initial driving force behind this is that we have all the companies, they are developing scripts and repeatedly on the same type of analysis, probably use similar scripts that have been developed over and over by different companies. But the thinking was that if we have a common toolbox that everyone contribute a little bit, that really will increase the value of those tools, and that will reduce the redundancy and all the time that other company that spend to develop similar tool. And actually, the common toolbox idea was initially about over 10 years ago, kind of organized by FDA in one of the sessions which I participated. So later that we feel that's really important when we come together in PhUSE conference. So that's why we formed this team. And the goal for this, the vision for this is that we would like to create a repository, and so that people can work together to collaborate and to develop the white paper to document the best practice and develop some scripts that people can use. And in this collaborative environment, which we are using now is in GitHub. And hope that there will be people from industry, FDA, and academia to participate. And later we find that we do have a lead in test data, because when we develop the script and we find that the test data that is not good enough to test out all those scenarios that we would like to do. So that's why we have added the test data there. And then later we find that the script that we developed, we needed some way of documenting it. So that's why the script metadata project got formed. So currently we have like 3 focus areas and 7 active projects in this working group. Script metadata for sharing is a new project that we started last year. So the 3 focus areas are the script repository, analysis and display white paper, and the communication, promotion, and education. But today I'm going to only focus on the script metadata for sharing project. And the script that we have in the repository really come from different event and different contributors. So we have organized like 6 script sounds. We have some script created during those script sounds, and then we have a script developed based on the white paper. And there's other group that have contributed the script into the repository as well. And especially FDA has contributed their script, and we have gone through 2 rounds of review the scripts. All the scripts are in the repository. And then there's other group like non-clinical, and they have contributed their script. They are actually active work on some of those script as well. So why we want to do a script metadata for sharing project? Because we have script in the repository, but it's not easy to find those scripts because we have created some script metadata, but they are not consistent used. So it's very difficult to find the script. And even there's metadata there, they are not consistent. So we'll not be able to use it to create like index page. So I had to spend lots of time trying to manually create it. And then later I developed a program to try to automate that process, but it's still very difficult because the metadata is not consistent. Analysis is not easy, in the repository, not easy to navigate it. Scripts are not well organized in the repository, and the folders sometimes are very deep and complicated. And then it's not easy to use the script, and due to you need to download the script, and sometimes you have to modify the script in order to run in your environment. So it's really hard to use those scripts. So this project, this script metadata for sharing project, the goal is that we just want to define a set of metadata that is used to describe the script. So we're not trying to create like a metadata registration system, and we just want to have enough information about script, and that information is documented in a consistent way. We'll try to reference some of the standards about the metadata, and we'll try to using some metadata to organize in a way so that it's easy for user to find the script, and maybe easy for user to test out the script. It's because we want to separate the input parameter from the script, right? Currently, there's lots of script that hard-coded those parameters in the script. So if we can take that away and put that into the metadata, and then the script consume the metadata, then you don't need to change the original script. You just modify the metadata. So this is the scope of the project, and we have clearly defined our objective. Basically, we want to create a white paper to document the script metadata, and then conduct a couple of proof of concept, maybe using R and the SAS script. The key topology and the knowledge that needed to participate in these projects, that you need to know a little bit about GitHub, the GitHub, and a little bit about YML, because this is the format that we choose to use. And then a little bit familiar with our studio and our package. If you're not know any of that, that's okay, because we learned this together, because I just started to learn R last year. So I'm very new to this, but I did create a package. I will show you later, and the R is very good environment to do this kind of a test. Another thing is we need to have a SAS. So if you're a SAS program, you can participate so that we can use the SAS to test out what we want to do here. So usually I would ask people, if you want to participate, there's some technology readiness you can check whether you can access the GitHub, or if you want to contribute, you may need to create an account in GitHub so that you can modify. But GitHub, anybody can access it. You can view everything. But if you want to contribute, you do need to have an account. For YML, and you just need, there's links here. You can read about it. Really, you do not need to spend too much. I think this is pretty straightforward and very easy to understand language. And our studio, our package, this is that if you want to get involved in the develop the application framework, then you can participate in that kind of work. And the SAS, if you want to test out the SAS in this framework, and you can contribute. But I don't think that if you want to do that, you need to have a SAS on your computer. I don't have on mine, so I really need someone that can join us to do this. So this is Git and GitHub information. There are lots of links here that you can read, and you can get the access. Actually, all those links, they are in the repository, so I'll show you later. The format YML. So if you're very new to this, doesn't know what YML is about, so YML actually is called yet another markup language, and it's human and machine readable. So it's very easy. And then our package, RStudio, and the RStudio project. And if you want to develop R, and R has very good way to package your development, right? You can put it in that format, and it can be easily shared. Now, RStudio is a very good integrated development environment. If you want to learn R, I think this is the tool that you need to get. And the RStudio project, this is that you create your workspace to organize that your development. So our Shiny R and the PhUSE package, this is our Shiny is the web interface. And the PhUSE package, that's the one I developed. So if you want to find out what this package is about, so it's very easy to install. And you can just install that package PhUSE that will install into your computer. And how to use it, and you just do a start _ PhUSE that will start the web interface. I will do need the demo in the end for this. So this is our project timeline. And we had 5 meetings so far. And if you want to join us, there's a sign-up form that you can sign up. And we want to finish a white paper. So this is the white paper right now is in draft. We hope that we can finish this before June 1st. And then we try to get the web application framework developed by September 1st. And hope by end of the year, we finish the 2 test case and document it. So this is information about the 2 scripts that we selected to do our test case. So actually, this has come from the white paper. And this is like a first white paper that our group has developed and published. So it is in PhUSE website, and if you want to find out more and want to read it, the white papers there. Actually, we plan to publish 10 white papers. Already 6 are developed and are already in the PhUSE website. Some of them in the review phases. So the one that we choose to do is figure 7.2, the box plot in this white paper. So there's a link that you can find out and look at the script. So the scripts are there, and I have created the metadata to describe that based on the draft script metadata recommendation. And this is a link to all the documents that we have. And the thing that I want to show you here, maybe the draft, right? This is the white paper that we would like to develop and finalize. So this is the version that we have right now is in the Google Doc format. So once we finish it, we will change it into PDF and put into the PhUSE delivery catalog. So this is in the draft. And then we have our teamwork site to manage all those meeting minutes and documents. Okay, need to sign in. So this is the meeting minutes that we have uploaded to this website. So if you want to find out, there's lots of information there. And then there's a paper that published related to this, and then there's some presentation slides there, so you can follow if you want. But right now I'm going to do a demo. Let me say I have my R started. Okay, so I already installed PhUSE package, so I just need to use it right now. So I just say library PhUSE, and then I can just start PhUSE. So once this started, and then you can see there's a drop-down list. So this is all the scripts that they have the YAML file, which means it has the metadata there. And then you can look at the script, but this one it says no, I couldn't display because it's a zip file, right? So let's find the one that it has the script. So you can look at the script, and then you can look at the YAML file, right? And you can find out the information about this. You know, there's files, the paths, where it's located in the repository, the URL, the metadata. Okay, so look here, that got the error. Why? Because this metadata is not in the correct format. So some of the format that is not that there, we could not parse this out. But yeah, so if I find the one that's in the good format, let me see, there's one that with the new recommended format. So this will be can be parsed out. So get each metadata group and metadata element, and you can verify. Right. Okay. So this is verify is check whether those files exist, whether you have data set that you used, whether data sets exist in the repository, right? And then you can download this script. So I'm not going to download this one here. And then you can diff. Diff is that if you have the metadata in the repository, but you have downloaded that in your local computer, and you want to use, but you want to use your own data set. So you create your local metadata and just overwrite whatever in the repository, and then this diff, you can find out what's the difference between these two, and then merge those two so that you can use. And if your script has configured and to use it in R, and then you can execute it. Right, so this one, let me see whether other one that I can use. So like this one that has correctly configured, so it can interactively run the script. Right, you can change for this. You can change an observation, and this drop-down list is built dynamically from the scripts in the repository, and this is just a framework we would like to build to test out our concept, right? And I only choose the one of the R that tests out this concept. This is not finished yet, so still in development. So I just want to show you some of the R functions that in this package. So this is a list of R functions developed in this, like you can use to download all the files in the repository. there's a descriptions. So if you have installed this on your computer and in a package, you would be able to find out. Okay, I'm trying to find the PhUSE. Okay, here. Okay, so those are the functions, a list of functions, and you can find out more about each function. Right, and there's some other function that I created, convert the list to data frame. So this is about the PhUSE package that we started developing, but still lots of work that we would like to do, and we really want to create. This is the one that's I'm still working on, basically to read the YML inputs and then pass that to the script. So the script can call this function to get the inputs in the script metadata. Instead, you hard code your input parameters in your script. So this is the demo about the PhUSE package. So in this PhUSE package, you can see that there are different tabs. There's different function that's performed, and this is a description of that. And then there's others in the top that's just links to the various website. So from this, the PhUSE web application framework can perform this task. If you are the first time to run that, it's going to clone the repository to your local computer, and then build the script index and build the drop-down list in the web application. And then you can display it, script metadata, and it can verify the data and library files associated with the script. And you can use it to download the script. And if you want to test out your local inputs, you can merge the script metadata. And if it's R script, you can execute this. And for SAS, probably a little bit difficult. So since I don't have SAS on my computer, I couldn't test out those. So I would like someone that you have SAS in your environment. We can try out and basically do proof of concept to see what it is going to work. And then there's a lot of things we like to do. We would like to predefine template, and so that for you to easily build the script metadata, we would like to search script and update the metadata file, because some of the metadata files are not in good format, and we want to identify those, and so that we can update. And for any new script, we would like to have a framework so that you can add script metadata easily. So basically, if we have done this things correctly, that can use it to facilitate the script review and the qualification process. So if you have seen some of the poster about the qualification process before, so this is what we want to do with this framework, basically try to help out this qualification process. And the example that we would like to test, current just R, SAS, maybe in the future there's other type of a script that you need to be developed, and we can use the same framework to do the test. So how to participate? And you can sign up for our list box, so to get an update about our progress, and join one of the meetings, right? So we have a bi-weekly meeting scheduled. So this is the presentation that I have and the update about this project. So if you have any question, and you can send me email, and you can get more updates from the repository or go to our wiki page. So I'm going to show you the wiki page a little bit so you can find out more information. Even that you don't want to join any of those groups, but you can find out. So go to the PhUSE wiki, go to CS working group, and then you need to find out standard analysis and code sharing working group. And then from here, there are lots of information, right? And the meeting that the conference that we have participated in March, you can find out here. So this is the list. The conference records, there's PhUSE CSS 2018. And if you click that, there's lots of slides and the information we already uploaded here. And then we have the script metadata for sharing project. So this is the description and the participant list. Okay, I think that's all I would like to give update. Hope that we will have more to follow this, and I will give you more update. Thank you very much.